Oh, yeah. Welcome in, everybody. This is Cream of the Crop, a fantasy hockey podcast presented by Apples and Genos. Another amazing fantasy hockey podcast. That's confirmed. I'm your host, Blake Creamer. Give me a follow over on Twitter/X at Blake Creamer AG. Please, come on. I need that. All right. Over 1,000 followers over on Twitter. That's the lamest brag of all time, and I'm here for it. So yeah. Anyways, I'm celebrating myself today, and that feels good. Today, I'm out of it right now. We're doing a draft here, folks. That's what you're tuning in for. This right here is our listener league draft. I've got 11 of the most beautiful people on earth all together in the same spot. I mean, what are the odds of that? This is crazy. This is epic stuff here. Fantasy hockey stuff we're doing here on Cream of the Crop, and it feels good. So yeah. We're getting into our draft. I'm going to pull up a screen here. For those listening on the podcast, we're also over on YouTube, so you can see the draft board and everything. If you want to head over there, that's fine. But yeah, I'll just give you a little bit about this draft and what we're doing here. So it is our listener league. This is all people from the Discord. We've got patrons in here of Apples and Genos and then a few listeners as well. Really good stuff. This is the league that I won last year. Dominated is probably more accurate. I've got a couple repeat people in the league from last year. I got my boy Dirty Dan. He's in here. Dirty Dan and the boys, and Brock Hard. Yeah, they took it on the chin last year, boys. I'm sorry about that. All right, but they're back with a vengeance, and I am a little fearful. I'm going to be honest about that. I realized this year that I'm not in one league that I feel is going to be like a walk in the park. Every league I'm in this year is all killers, and it's going to be really tough. So, and this is no different. I mean, drafting with people that listen to Apples and Genos, it's going to be a slog, but we might be able to get some goalies at value. Am I right? Come on. Hashtag 0G. That's what we do. All right. But anyways, let me talk about the settings on this particular draft that we're doing. You can see there on the screen. So this is a points league, very similar to Cupful League scoring with a few tweaks here. But we've got goals worth 4.5. Assists are worth 3. I added power play points, which are 1. Shorthanded points, which are 1. So that adds a little bit. That's different than Cupful. Shots on goal, 0.5. Hits, 0.25. Blocks, 0.5. And then our goalie categories. Wins are 3, goals against are minus 1.5, saves are 0.3, and shutouts are 3. So yeah, it's pretty good to me. Like I had this last year, this league had a little bit even less of goalie scoring, and I got chirped a little bit in our listener league Discord channel. They want goalies to be worth something, and I'm telling you, they're worth nothing. All right, they're just bad people. All right, let's agree on that. Shout out to the goalies out there. Shout out to those spicy tendies. All right, they're doing God's work, and it feels amazing. Anyways, yeah. So this is it's very, like I said, very similar to Cupful. I like points leagues. I feel like I'm better at points leagues than I am at category leagues. I like playing category leagues better, but yeah, I'm still working my strategy here. But here, I feel pretty damn good, and I'm excited. I've got I'm out of the 3 spot here, so I'm going to get a great player regardless, and I'm really stoked about that. But let me talk to you about the beauties in here. We got aisle 5. We got Hard Day's Night. We got Zudo, Dry Saddle. We got Over the Shoulder Boldy Holder. Oh, you better not snipe Boldy from me, buddy. We got the Philly Special, Sleazy Z, Dirty Dan and the boys, Big Dipper, Seabass, and Brock Hard. Those are the legends here. The draft starts in 16 minutes. Sorry, 16 minutes, 16 seconds. Oh, God, I'm out of control. Turning the draft sounds off because that sounds horrible. And let's get to biz, folks. Let's just get to biz. All right. So first off the board, as you can see here, it's got to go. Yeah. McDavid, McKinnon, easy peasy. And I'm going to go Matthews here. I'm really excited about getting Matthews in the draft this year. Last year in my drafts, I felt like I was at the end. I was getting 10, 11, 12, and pretty much every draft. This year, it's the opposite. I'm getting a lot of top picks here. I've got McDavid in 2 leagues. So, you know, it's good. I kind of like that middle part though, like 5, 6, 7. I feel like that's where you can kind of get some value because you can let players slide a little bit that might come back to you, right? So yeah, but being close to the turn, I mean, I'd rather be at 3 than have McDavid, to be honest. So this should be good. But I've been live streaming a lot of my drafts, and it's really hard to Um, yeah, it's hard to think about strategy while you're doing that, right? So this one, I definitely do want to think about strategy here, because live drafts, I mean, my cue's all right in front of everybody to see, right? But what I've done here is I've actually ranked my players, and I put like based on my projections, and then I rank them right here, and I just go by my rank. So you can see the players that I'm higher on in this format. So we'll see. One of the things I like to do is try and get these guys at value, right? So we'll see what happens. So anyways, it goes McDavid, McKinnon, Matthews, Kucherov, Draisaitl, Pasternak at 6. Kaprizov goes at 7, like that. Rantanen, Makar at 9. Jack Hughes at 10 for the Big Dipper. Not too bad. Matt Tkachuk, and then Brock is going to finish it off. Brock Hard, my buddy Joel, that legend, beautiful man. We'll see what he does at the turn here. But one of the things I want to do, I am going to lean into value over replacement a little bit here. I'm hoping that someone like Bouchard or Dahlin comes back to me at 210. If I miss out on those guys, I don't think I'm going to reach for anybody else defense-wise, so I'll go for another forward there. But I'm really just going to go off of what my projections are. And some of the players I'm excited about in this range, I mean, you know, if I can get like, I like to look at the ADPs here, but if I can get someone like Philip Forsberg even would be amazing. Pettersson, Hyman, you know, I know I said Hyman's a little bit high, but I'd be happy there. I think actually, like, because I've got the center with Austin Matthews, I need to be a little bit smart. So I'm definitely going winger here. But let's take a look. Okay. So we got 2 defensemen off the board already. Joel goes Brady Tkachuk and Roman Josi. Really smart. We've got Panarin now off at 2-2. And yeah, Big Dipper. He's dipping in the sauce. Oh, Big Dipper and I have a little side bet going here on the season. The person who finishes lower has to get a tattoo of the other guy's logo. So if you can see here, this is an excavator dipping a huge ruffled chip into a big bowl of ranch dressing. And then you can see he would have to get, or he will be getting this creamy beefers ice cream with the apple and the hockey stick. It's good, clean fun, folks. All right. But let's see what's going on. So Josi goes, Panarin goes, Forsberg goes at 2-3 to Big Dipper. Dirty Dan is up. He's got Makar with his first pick, and we'll see where he goes. He's obviously going to go forward here, I would think. But you never know with these boys. Dirty Dan and the boys. All right, so he picked up Willie Nylander. Willie Styles. One thing I'm definitely going to be trying to focus on a little bit here is dual eligibility. We do have 2 util spots, which is nice, but I just want to give myself the best chance here with some flexibility. So, I mean, if Miller slips down to me, that would be all right. But like I said, I'm going to be looking at a defenseman here if they fall. So Dahlin goes, which stinks. So my only real option now is Bouchard, and he would have to go past 3 people. I think Draisaitl would probably pick him up here. He's a big Edmonton Oilers fan. He's already got Leon Draisaitl, so I could see him doing the stacker there. But let's see. If I don't get D, I'm definitely going forward, and I'm looking for just pure offense. With these settings, yeah, power play performers and goal scorers. It seems like simple stuff, but power play and goals. That's what I'm targeting, and shots. Okay, so Miller goes. We need to sharpen up here. So Hyman, let's see. Okay, so we've got some guys here. Nothing that makes a ton of sense at my spot here. Pettersson would be nice actually here. Let me just see. So I've got Matthews, maybe Pettersson. I think we'll see what happens. That's a little early for Pettersson for me. I think I'd like a guy like Jason Robertson a little bit more. But you can see Mitch Marner goes off the board. Zach Hyman's still there, which, you know, I've been getting him in a lot of spots. I did mention, I think it's a little high for him, but in a pretty good league like this one, yeah, of course, Pettersson goes to Zudo, so that's a snipe. Let's take a look. My rank, let's see. Jack Eichel is showing the highest, but his ADP is 41, so I'm not too interested in that. I think like I've got Tage really high, but I'm not going to draft him here. I think I got to be smart, and I think I got to take Zach Hyman. This is so strange because I called this guy a bit of a reach, and to me, this is a little bit of a reach. Like I'm at 22, but I mean, I like the left wing, right wing eligibility. He's a goal scorer, and there is some room on the power play, so I don't mind it. Let's take a ride with Zach Hyman this year. He looked great. I think that's kind of the safe play. And what I'm looking at on the way back is someone like Jason Robertson and maybe Tage. Like I'm looking at one of those players, but you can see the guys that are sort of showing out as value to me in this format. So I got Jack Eichel. Ooh, Tage goes to Hard Days Night. That's at 23. That's a little spicy Hard Days Night, but obviously, like my ranks are showing him that he's going to be that value at the end of this year. I just think, yeah, it's still, there's nothing confirmed there. Like we're still hoping that Tage gets back to his ways here, right? So, but I like that. I mean, I got Tage for 44 goals, 43 assists this year. That's a nice season, and to get that in the second round with potential for more, pretty damn nice. So let's see. I'd like to stay away from center if possible because I already got Matthews. I don't want any more centers. Otherwise, I'd be looking at Jack Eichel here. So, I mean, I've got Timo Meier here, but I don't think he might come back to me. 62, potentially. I think Jason Robertson's my guy. If he goes, I'm going to go a different direction. But as you can see, Matt Boldy's a player I'm really big on here. To take him in the third round would be insane to me, but I don't think he's coming back to me. In Apples and Geno's drafts, he's usually going like round 4 or 5, and I just don't think I'd get Matt Boldy. So that is an option, but that would be an insane reach. Sometimes with a group of people this strong at fantasy hockey, I think you have to reach sometimes, especially at my position. So let's take a look here. So, okay. After I make my pick, I'll recap the rounds here. Okay. All right. So I'm looking pretty good. I am going to take J-Rob here. I think this is really good value for J-Rob in the third round. And I'm not going D at this point. I feel like the tier that I want is a little bit, it's kind of gone. So we'll see what happens. I'll definitely be picking up a defenseman on the way back. But yeah, so far I've got Matthews, Hyman, and J-Rob. I think that's a really nice start. J-Rob obviously has 100-point potential. Hyman, point per game with a bunch of goals. Matthews, we know what the hell he does. So goals and shots, I'm looking pretty damn good right off the bat. But yeah, so let's dig into this round here. So second round went Yossi Panarin, Philip Forsberg at 2-3, William Nylander goes at 2-4, and then Dahlin and Bouchard go at 2-5 and 2-6. Makes sense. JT Miller, Mitchell Marner, Elias Pettersson goes, and then I took Hyman. Tage Thompson goes to Hard Days Night. Jake Gensel finishes that round. And then A5 goes Quinn Hughes, Hard Days Night, Sidney Crosby. I took Robertson. Jack Eichel goes next. Really nice pick there. He was the next guy up on my board. So, I wasn't expecting him to come back to me. And then Timo Meier goes. So, yeah, I mean, one of the things I try and do, I talk to a lot of people out there and, I give them my rankings or they use Nate's projections or they use mine. But, we don't really do tiers. We haven't this year. Maybe that's something we'll do next year. But you kind of have to see where you compare your ranking to the ADP. And you have to decide if you're going to wait for that or if you think that player can come back to you or not, right? So yeah, like I love having these two side by side. You can see, Reinhardt's probably going to go here. He's close to the top of my board, but you can see major values here. Guys like Matt Boldy, Cole Caulfield is really big for me in this format. Travis Konechny is another one. Dylan Larkin, you can see all these players here. That's what I'm looking for. When my rank is lower than the ADP and I can get those guys at value, I'm loving life. But yeah, it's a great draft so far, as expected. I mean, people are going nuts, right? I'm not going to get very much value on these players. Like Timo Meier, his ADP is in the 60s, and he got picked 3-5 by Draisaitl smartly, right? So being this close to the turn, I think I'm going to have to reach for some players here, and I'm fine with that. But I think where this league is probably going to be won is with some of these later round picks and the value there. And that's something I feel really good about just in my process. I feel good about the guys that I'm valuing later on. So yeah, because this is all pretty standard stuff with what we're doing here. So Timo Meier goes to Draisaitl at 3-5. 3-6 is Victor Hedman. See you at the party, Victor. Damn, I got a lot of Victor Hedman this year as well, and I'm loving that. Sam Reinhart, the Sex Panther, goes to Philly Special. Braden Point goes to Sleazy Z, and then Dirty Dan is up while I take a sip of a peach bubbly. Why are we just letting bubbly slide? And I'm part of the problem here. Like, this is like essence of peach in a can, and we're just fine with it. Like, give me the full peach. I mean, can't you just make peach flavored stuff that's sugar free? I don't know. All right, but I am drinking a bubbly. Does anyone else do this? You're drinking bubblies and like you finish about half of it, and then you just leave the can there, and then you have 4 or 5 cans of unfinished bubbly all around the kitchen, and then your daughter comes up and knocks it off and spills it all over the floor, and then you slip on it and you break your leg. Oh my God. Has that ever happened to you? Maybe. All right, let's see what's up here. Okay, yeah, so some interesting picks. Big Dipper takes Cole Caulfield. He's pissing me off. Big Dipper. No, when we got a tattoo bet, you don't take my players, Big Dipper. All right? That's rude. Big Dipper's going with Jack Hughes, Philip Forsberg, and Cole Caulfield. That's a really nice start for you, buddy. Love that. Seabass is on the clock. He's already with Matt Tkachuk, Artemi Panarin. Boldy goes, yeah. There's no way Boldy was coming back to me. I didn't think I was going to get him in this particular league just to where my draft position was. So that sucks. But, I mean, yeah, he's spending up for Matt Boldy. I do feel really good about Matt Boldy this year. So let's see. My next turn is going to be pick 46 and then pick 51. So it's going to be interesting to see who's there at that point. Obviously, I got to go D. So I'm going to take a look at sort of my defensive rankings here. Right now, I got Hamilton as my number 1. Werenski is really high on my rankings as well, but his ADP is 115, so I might be able to wait a little bit on him. Adam Fox is still there. Mike Matheson is a big value in my rankings. John Carlson as well. So yeah, we've still got some good pieces here. I definitely want to get some high caliber defensemen, and there's still some good guys on the board. If I could get Hamilton, I'd be super happy with that. All right. Oh, and then of course he just goes off the board. Am I doing this live? Oh my God. I'm mentioning a player and he's just getting sniped right from my grasp. Yeah. So Matt Boldy goes at 311. Timmy Stutz goes to Brock Hard, and then he snipes me on Dougie Hamilton at 4-1. It's a great pick. Yeah, high, but in this type of draft, all the ADPs are going to mean nothing because we all value players differently than Yahoo standard, don't we? And then Adam Fox goes off the board. I'm going to be left with the dregs on defense here, people. And that's fine. That's my own fault. I'm happy with Matthews, Hyman, and Robertson at this point. But I do have to kind of shape up here and see what's going on. So I do like Travis Konecny there, but I do think that's a little bit high for him. Chris Kreider, Chicken Necks is still out there. Just a janked ADP, 35.8 ADP for Kreider. I'm not on board with that. Stamkos is still out there. Svechnikov, I'm looking at ADPs here. Bedard is a player who I talked about being a little bit of a reach. I don't know. If Bedard's around the time, 51, I'd definitely be interested in Bedard. So we'll see what happens there. But I've still got some pieces here. I do like Travis Konecny here. I mean, it's high. It's definitely high, but he's amazing shorthanded, as we know. So that's one thing we didn't project, and I think we will next year. We'll make that a separate category so that, you can see the shorthanded performances of some of these players. But let's take a look. Okay, so, oh my God. Oh, dear God. Major D run happening here in the 4th round. So starting at 4-1, we go Dougie Hamilton, Adam Fox, Barkov goes to Big Dipper, Zach Werenski goes to Dirty Dan, Noah Dobson to Sleazy D, Sleazy Z, whatever. Sleazy is the key word here, buddy. Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby. Harry Potter. All right. Fine. Actually, I've only seen the Harry Potter movies once, all the way through. I wasn't that impressed. It's good, but, if I'm going to spend that much time watching crap, give me Lord of the Rings all day. Lord of the Rings is insane. So, yeah, we got to get the biz with Lord of the Rings. I got to pick up a defenseman here, no question. Over the shoulder, Boldy holder takes Moritz Seider at 43 in this format. I'm not loving that, my man. But I do love over the shoulder Boldy holders. Yeah, that's fine. I'm getting the biz on that. All right. My turn is next. All right, let's take a look. I am going to get a defenseman here. Or do I need to? God. Josh Morrissey goes, Zudo, snipe me again. You dingus. All right, Zudo, you're on notice, pal. This show ain't no good. I got to look at see these ADPs. Heiskanen, I think that he's not high in my rankings, but I think that I have to go with a guy that he has a high floor for me, Heiskanen, first off. And there's a ceiling play there. I want to get one of these top defensemen, minute munching defensemen. I am going to go Heiskanen here, even though he's a little lower. Like you can see in my ranks, he's the 5th one down, but I think it makes sense. I got to go Heiske here. I got to get a defenseman, and I feel good about that. I'll stack it with J-Rob. That's nice. So I'm good there. There's a potential I take a second defenseman here, but we'll see who's out there. Chicken next, Chris Kreider. I mean, he's starting to look like value at 51 to me, but I'm not too interested in that. Steven Stamkos. I don't hate that. I mean, he's got center left wing. His ranking for me is 40th. That is an option. That is an interesting option. I mean, I like Aho as well, but he's center only. And Konechny, I feel like I might be able to get Konechny later on. So I think I'm going to wait on Konechny, but yeah, this is interesting. Interesting stuff. I also like me some Matty Barzal, as everybody knows, and I'm not sure he's going to come back to me at, I mean, my next pick is 70. His ADP is 71. So we'll see what happens. After I make my second pick here, I'll go through the picks and see what's what. We get Alex Ovechkin off the board though at 48. I mean, that's decent. Everybody knows my feelings on Ovechkin this year, but you know, you're getting him at the fourth round there, or at the end of the fourth round. That's pretty nice. I mean, there is still a chance. Like, yeah, he starts popping off. Maybe he was truly injured last year and it just wasn't happening for him. So, okay. You know what? I think Steven Stamkos has to be the play here. You know, it's 51. His ADP is 44 on Yahoo. I've got my rank for him is 40th. So I'm getting a little bit of value here, but what I really like is the dual eligibility. Obviously, he's power play 1. Nashville should be pretty damn good this year. So I'm going to rock with Stamkos here. I think that's a really smart play. So now at my team as it stands, Matthews, Stamkos, Hyman, Robertson, and then I got Heiskanen on the back end. I obviously got to get some D on the way around. So let's go through here. So round 4, again, I'll just recap that. Dougie Hamilton, Adam Fox, Barkov goes at 4-3, Werenski at 4-4, Noah Dobson 4-5, Connor Bedard 4-6, Moritz Seider, reach of the century, over the shoulder Boldy holder. What are you doing? That's fine. He's a great player. I love watching him in real life. Moritz Seider is an animal. Then Vinny Tro goes at 4-8. I love to see Vinny Tro steamed up. I've been talking about this man for 2 years, and he's finally getting his due, as he should. He's a great player. Josh Morrissey goes to Zudo. Sniped me. Thanks for nothing. I took Heiskanen. Bratt goes after that, and then Ovechkin rounds out the 4th round. And then moving forward, A5 goes Svechnikov, so he's loading up on beef. I like that. Mikhail Sergachev goes first defenseman for Hard Day's Night. I took Stammer. Charlie McAvoy goes to Zudo. Mike Matheson goes to Draisaitl as his first defenseman. So, yeah, D is getting pretty depleted, and that's fine. I mean, you know, I wasn't getting the value over replacement with the top 4, Makar, Yossi, Dahlin, and Bouchard. To me, that's really the value over replacement that I'm looking for, right? After that, I think there's some comparable people, right? Like, I love Hedman. And I love Quinn Hughes. I feel like Miro Heiskanen could be maybe at the bottom of a tier with those players, and I don't mind that. So I feel good there. Adrian Kempe goes to over-the-shoulder Boldy holder. That's a better pick. I like Kempe in the 5th. Carter Verhaeghe, great pick for the Philly Special. Philly Special, you're on notice, buddy. All right. This guy, he's a beauty. I talk to him all the time on Discord. I'm super happy to have you in the Listener League, my man. Because we've been just bouncing ideas back and forth on Discord, and now we're battling each other. And I know he's using Apple and Geno's projections, and he's already got a wagon of a team. So kudos to you, Philly Special. Sleazy Z picks up Sebastian Aho. Dirty Dan is up. And I think things are going relatively well at this point. But yeah, now I'm starting to look for, like, here's some of my extreme values that I'm really looking for. Jared McCann, Brian Rust, Jordan Kyrou, even Rupe Hintz, Ehlers. These are all guys that are showing out in my rankings. Nazem Kadri, even Evgeny Malkin. Like, people are so down on this guy. I've got him as my 63rd ranked guy. His ADP is 167. Crazy stuff. And Chicken Next is still out there. Chris Kreider. What's going on? Oh, yeah. We got Wyatt Johnston out there too. Jeez. Will Wyatt Johnston make it back to me? I don't know. Oh, Travis Konechny got taken by the Big Dipper. He's just, I don't know. Big Dipper, is Nate with you currently? Like, while you're, I know you're going to be using Nate this year. Is he with you currently? Are you guys together on this? Because if you are, Nate, you're on notice, buddy. All right, I got to get a tattoo. Don't help this man. That's fine. You know what? We don't dip chips very much anymore. You just buy a bag of chips and you eat it. You don't dip it, but we should. Dip is amazing. Like onion dip. Damn, get that in your life. I don't know where I'm going with that. That's one of the stupidest things I've ever said on stream. and we're leaving it in. Okay. Sleazy Z goes Aho at 5'8". Dirty Dan takes Clayton Keller 5'9". A Big Dipper toots in my face, gets Travis Konecny at 5'10". Dylan Larkin at 5'11". And then Brock Hart is up for 2. Like I said, I'm looking at my team here. I got to get another defenseman, and I just want more offense. So let's take a look at the defenseman here that I'm potentially looking at. Morgan Riley, I would take a ride there for sure if if he's around when I am up. I think that there's some good value there. John Carlson, I don't know if I can wait till pick 108 to pick him up. I might have to grab John Carlson there. We'll see. Okay. We got some interesting picks. Wyatt Johnston goes to Brock Hart and Kevin Fiala as well. Really nice little team. Like, one thing I do like about being on the turn is you can execute your plan a little bit better, right? But you do miss out on some players that you were hoping to get. But you're in a little bit more control over what you're doing, right? Because if I want to get a D and a forward, I get a D and a forward, and I don't have to wait. So that's not too bad. But yeah, Wyatt Johnston, Kevin Fiala at 6'1". That's not too bad, not too shabby. Let's see what's up. I gotta look. So in terms of this draft too, like goalies, this is going to be a very 0G type draft, and I like that. I don't know, like we're in the 6th round, and Shesterkin has not gone off the board. Nobody. Like, we got all the top 10s still on the board. It's round 6. So I'm interested. I'm not going to be going that, but I definitely, I think just for fun, I might go goalie a little earlier in this draft just to kind of mess everybody up if there's some good value there, right? But as we know, tendies, terrible. And one of the things too, even if you get these goalies drafted at major value in the 10th round, you still are so hesitant to drop them. Like, I had this guy in my home league. He's a pretty funny guy. He dropped Sorokin halfway through last year. And yeah, I picked him up immediately. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And Sorokin proceeded to just play like absolute butt on my team. It was terrible. But because he's Sorokin, even though I picked him up on waivers, I was still like really hesitant to drop him. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't drop this man. And yeah, that's one of the things about 0G that's very freeing, right? It feels really good. But let's take a look what we're doing here. Matt Barzal goes at 6'3", Erik Karlsson at 6'2". So really nice picks there. Obviously, I got to get going on the defense train here. I need another piece here. I'm really hoping John Carlson comes to me. So that's going to be my pick for sure at 6'10". I don't want to miss out on that. But I do feel like I have still a ton of value on the board for me. Like, granted, there's some center onlys that I'm not really big on, but okay, there's the first goalie. Dirty Dan goes UC Saros. Sleazy Z takes Chicken next to 65. That's good value there. I'm not sure I want to go center only at this point. But I got to look at what is available, and I don't want to handcuff myself here. Maybe I do take a center only. I don't know. Zibanejad's out there. You know what? I should probably take Zibanejad if he's still there. Ooh, decisions. You know, because of their ADPs, like Joel Eriksson, Ek, and Zibanejad, like Ek just had a massive game there. That was crazy. His last preseason game in Minnesota there went off. That's fine. Let's see my team. So I've got Heiskanen and Robertson. Okay. DeBrincat goes. Okay. Yeah, I think I've talked myself out of Robertson here. I think I got to get some value here with some of these players. And I think Zibanejad is really the value at 70. Mika Zibanejad. Yeah. And then if he's gone, Joel Eriksson Ek, probably my backup. He's going to get a ton of power play stuff here, but Zibby would be really good. He gets shorthanded stuff as well. So we'll see. Oh, God. Make a pick, please. Zudo, if you snipe me here, it's friends off for at least a week, okay? And then I can't stay mad at you, Zudo, all right? You're a legend, and I appreciate you. But please don't snipe me here on Zibanejad, all right? I don't need that. Oh, God. He's taking his time. We got 15 seconds. Oh, he takes Jared McCann at 69. Nice. He was really high on my board, but yeah, I'm not going to reach for Jared McCann there. I think I can get somebody later. I'm taking Zibby. I'm taking a ride with Zibby. Hey, fun boys, get the room. That's DJ Zibby, right? Everyone getting the reference there. I like myself some Zibby, and it feels real nice. I'm gonna pick up a defenseman on the way back round. Has anyone ever tried to freestyle something? It's really freaking hard. Like I don't know. My brain is. I feel like it's kind of a fast brain. I'm not saying smart, but fast. And yeah, still I can't. I got nothing. So it's a fun thought experiment. Just start trying to freestyle in front of your kids until they just start laughing or just leave because they're bored. Give it a try. Here's another bubbly. All right, peach bubbly down the hatch. Okay, after I make my pick here at 7-3, oh god, A5 just took John Carlson. That really stinks. Now I'm in a little bit of trouble here with my defenseman. Morgan Riley is the guy I'm looking at for sure. Ooh, yeah, it's getting a little stinky there for defense, and I haven't. Oh, and then Morgan Riley goes. So he took 2 defensemen. That's pretty rough, man. That is a little bit rough. I don't know if I can go D here. I might have to go forward again. That is a little bit hurtful. You know what? I think maybe I'll get the stacker. If I'm doing stacking, I like to only go maximum 3 players on one team. So I'm still looking at Rupe Hintz here. But I want to check out the ADP. Besser's still out there. 75 Besser. That's still a bit much for me. Let's see. Marchand is still out there. I'm just looking at the actual ADPs here to see. Oh, okay. Shesterkin goes at 74. So we got the 2 top goalies off the board. I got to make a decision here. I see Seth Jarvis, but again, his rank isn't too high. I do like the dual eligibility, though, with Seth Jarvis. And in the 7th round, that's kind of looking good to me. Jarvis, where is he? So he's way down here. I'm at 75. I think I'm going to go Jarvis, and I'm going to try and get Natchez on the way back. Jarvis, come to my team. Welcome to the squad at 75. I don't mind that. I think there's a good upside play for Jarvis. He is getting power play 1, line 1. There's no question there. And again, I like the dual eligibility there. But yeah, I've had to adjust my strategy a little bit here. Defense is going to be a problem. I only have Heiskanen on my team. And yeah, things are going south here. So let's actually take a look. First off, I'll go through round 6. So 6-1, Kevin Fiala. 6-2, Erik Karlsson. Barzal goes. UC Saros, Chris Kreider, Jordan Kyrou. Alex DeBrincat, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins goes at 6-8. 6-9, Jared McCann. Nice. I took Mika Zibanejad. Uyghur goes, then John Carlson. A5 took Carlson and Morgan Riley. Really, really pissed me off. But that's fine. That's a smart play. Shesterkin goes at 7-2. Crazy value. I took Jarvis. Owen Tippett goes to Zudo. And now we're rocking here. But yeah, I mean, my next picks are going to be at 94 and 99. And I definitely need a defenseman, maybe 2. But again, as you can see in my ranks, like that's where it's starting to look like value, right? So I'm picking at 92. I'm valuing Shea Theodore at 111. So I'm having to reach for these guys, but I can't just leave these players on the board. So I'll talk about some of the defensemen I'm maybe interested in. Ooh, that's a good pick, Draisaitl. 77, he took Rupe Hintz. Sorry, I'm just seeing that. I wanted that, but I mean, I didn't want to lean that hard into Dallas this year. So defenseman, I'm going to be interested in Shea Theodore, Jacob Chikrin. Brandon Montour is still there. And I think that's, those are kind of the guys I'm looking at. Seth Jones as well. That's a guy I'll probably let drop a little bit because I want to see if I can pick him up late. Chicago has an amazing off-night schedule. So let's take a look here. Yeah, they're second in the league with off nights and 37 off nights. Really good stuff. So we'll see. I mean, the good thing about this league is the 2 utility spots, 4 bench spots. We shouldn't be leaving a lot of players on the bench during the season. So, I mean, something I like to look at is schedule. Obviously, like Apples and Geno's 18 skaters, Mark Barber actually created a really good sheet that he calls like the same day game matrix. And, you know, when you're looking at a position, particularly like goalie or defense, you want to make sure that your players aren't always playing on the same night. So yeah, it's a really good document. It's in the Apples and Genos Discord in the Best Ball. It's pinned in the Best Ball channel if you want to check that out. It's a really good document. Or you can check out 18 Skaters on Twitter. He has a Patreon as well. So there you go. Let's keep looking here. So Morgan Riley, Igor Shesterkin, Seth Jarvis, 7-3 for me. Owen Tippett, Rupe Hintz, Joel Eriksson Ek goes at 7-6. Great value there. Shea Theodore goes to the Philly special. Really nice pick. Seth Jones goes to Sleazy Z. So he's loading up on D here. I don't mind that. Like I said, I think Jones is going to be reasonable this year. Dirty Dan is up. Can everybody stop hoarding the D? This has been the trend this year in drafts that I've been in. Everyone's just going crazy on defensemen, and it's really pissing me off. So yeah, I can already see the build of my team. I need to lean into forward offense in a huge way, right? Like all I've got is Miro Heiskanen, and he could have a 55-point season. Like that's within the range of outcomes for Heiske. I don't think it's going to happen, but that could happen. Let's see what else is happening here. So again, I definitely want to get a defenseman on the way back. I want to get some value. So, I mean, in terms of ADPs, actual ADPs, Brandon Montour is the first one up. Gus Forsling, I would never take him at 87. Doesn't make any sense. But Nate just did an amazing episode as well, where he talked about, basically underrated defensemen or under the radar defensemen that you can get that are good without power play, right? They're really good without power play. So, and Ekholm is one of them. That's a guy I'm low-key interested in. Brock Faber's another one I'm interested in. And I can, like, Shane Gostisbehere is a guy I'm definitely going to try and get in this draft much later, though. Okay, you can start to see some goalies going off the board. Let's take a look here. I'm not going goalie next round. There's no way. But maybe the round after that, I might. After Shea Theodore goes Seth Jones. Then it's 7-9. Dirty Dan takes Brian Rust. Awesome pick. Alex Tuck goes to the Big Dipper. Great pick there. Then Connor Hellebuck and Jake Ottinger round out the 7th round. Really great picks, I think, in this format. Yeah, like it's easy to fade goalies in this format because they're gonna be hard pressed to break the top 100 when it comes to the end of the season rankings. Oh yeah, and look at this, my buddy Brock Hard. He took Jake Ottinger at 7-12. Then he rolls with Brock Besser in round 8. I like that value for Besser a lot. He's still he could be a 70-point guy, 35 and 35 this year. But Besser in the offseason here has been talking about he could have got 50 goals last year. Damn. I've talked about him a little bit as kind of a Zach Hyman light, like just a guy who is net front, always getting a ton of scoring chances. He's a great shooter, actually, Brock Besser. Not a volume shooter, but his shot is elite. And, when he gets it off, he's really good at that. And he's really improved his forechecking as well. I think that's something that's endeared him to Coach Tocchet here. All right, got to sharpen up. Got to get a defenseman here in this next round. But I got to look and see what's available too. Brad Marchand's still out there. What is going on? Johnny Tavares is out there. He's number 1 in my ranks. Yeah, I'm not going to stack him with Matthews. There are 2 center onlys from the same team. I'm not interested in that. But Tavares he's going to be major value this year. His floor is crazy solid because of the power play in Toronto. But yeah, we're not sure what's going to happen with the 3C, and I'm not sure that Willie Nylander is really going to be the 2C all year. I think they're going to give him a cup of coffee there for sure at the start of the season and see what's what. But I think Tavares is going to be fine, like 65, 70 points, awesome shots, awesome hits. And I think he's going to smash his power play points from last year as well. Nick Ehlers is still staring me in the face here. I know his ADP is 130, but I really like it. What am I talking about? Martin Necas is probably I'm just talking myself out of a bunch of picks. You're hearing my process here. I definitely got to get a defenseman, and I'm going to get a forward. And I'm seeing some crazy value here, like Marchand too. If he's there, I think I might have to go Marchand because his actual ADP is 66. His rank for me is 78. But I don't know. He also has I could put him in the IR, maybe pick up somebody else just as a streamer for the first couple games there. Anyways, we're starting to see goalies go off the board here. We got a comment here. Aisle 5 goes, I signed up for a 0G league. What the hell is this? Yeah. People are trying to usurp zero G, and it doesn't work that way, boys. All right, we don't do that, but it's still fine. You're getting elite tendies here in the 8th round, no problem. Yeah. Besser goes 8-1. Nico Heischer 8-2. We got Georgie, Stuart Skinner, Andre Vasilevsky go consecutively. Then JJ Peterka, Brock Faber, and Dreisaitl's on the clock here. 2 picks to my turn. Again, I gotta sharpen up here. Brandon Montour, maybe. Brandon Montour could be a real option for me here. This stinks. This really stinks, you know? I do think Monty's going to get power play 1 there. I know they've had Vince Dunn out there or skip, you know. I've seen the Twitter there where he is out there for certain power plays. I don't know what Bilesman's going to be doing, but I think you bring a guy like Montour in, you got to give him that deployment. So I'm going to go with Brandon Montour here. It doesn't feel amazing, but I don't know. I feel good about his chances on the power play there in Seattle. He's a big-time shooter, so I like that. These people are going goalie crazy. Again, after I make my next pick here at 99, I'll run down the rounds and let you know how everybody's doing. But I think I got to go with some super value here. I'm probably looking at Natchez. I mean, Tavares is still out there. Marchand is still out there. God, I feel like, I mean, why is he getting faded so much? I really don't have a problem with all the stuff that he said in terms of, you know, his surgeries and stuff. I feel like he cleared things up. Like he's looking good. I've got him for 70 points, including 27 power play points. That feels pretty damn nice. So I don't know, but I also have Natchez kind of in the vicinity of that. And I think I'd rather go with the upside and the dual eligibility. So I'm probably going to go Natchez here because I love me some Natchez. Unless we got aisle 5 and Hard Day's Night still up on the clock. Is somebody going to take Ehlers? I don't know. I'm back at I'm just looking here, people. These drafts never feel good, and I hope that's the case for these other 11 fantasy managers. It's like, oh God, this feels terrible. You're just getting sniped out of your minds. Okay. So I'm up here, and I feel like I'm going to have to take a little bit of a reach here on my boy, Martin Natchez. I'll go Martin Natchez to pair with Seth Jarvis. I think that's really good. A power play stacker. I feel good about that. I'm locking it in. So, yeah, it's not really the way I planned it out this year, but I have a ton of Carolina stocks. And then that's fine. I don't mind it. Martin Natchez at 99. That's where I'm getting him pretty damn consistently. And like I said, I feel good about that. I've got him projected for around 70 points. I think he has ceiling for more than that. But, you know, I think 70 is probably pretty standard. So let's take a look here. I finished halfway through the 8th round. That was Brock Faber at 8-7. Drake Batherson goes next to Draisaitl at 8-8. Jeremy Swayman goes. I took Montour. Jacob Markstrom goes at 8-11. Patrick Kane and Sergei Bobrovsky go at 9-1. And then Yaroslav Slavkovsky goes to Hard Day's Night. I took Natchez. Noah Hannafin goes to Zudo. John Tavares goes to Draisaitl. Great pick. I would have picked him already if I didn't have Matthews. That's the truth. So John Tavares at 101 is a steal, in my opinion. And then Linus Ullmark goes to over-the-shoulder Boldy holder. Everybody's getting the biz with goalies now, and it feels terrible. Oh, geez. But there's still plenty of units left. All right, and we got to get the biz. Let's take a look at the goalies here still left. So don't worry about my rankings. They're terrible. I do like the Thatcher Demko, Ilya Sorokin play this year. Like, pick them up and then just throw them in the IR. That's fine. You know, Demko is a little bit more of a question mark, but definitely a really good stash this year. He himself has said that he's going to be back to 100%. I know there's reports like, oh, he's going to be dealing with this his whole career. Maybe. But he doesn't seem too concerned, and he's the guy. So I still trust in Thatcher Demko there. You know, I don't know when we'll be seeing him. But it's a good pick, I think. Certainly not now, but yeah, lots of guys still available. In terms of zero-G targets, obviously Kemper is a big one for me. I love Connor Ingram. Aiden Hill is still there. You know, Brad Marchand goes to the Philly special, buddy. Very well done. The student has become the teacher. Nice work. Oh, yeah. Sleazy Z takes Lucas Raymond. Shout out to Nate. Buddy, what do you have to say now, Nate? All right, Sleazy Z believes in this man just like I do. And that's nice. Okay. In terms of other zero-G targets, Like Charlie Lindgren, still reasonable. Oh God, it's actually getting pretty stinky down here. I'm just looking at this. You got your Canucks guys. You got Lankinen and Seelovs, but I think it's going to be Seelovs that's going to be the 1A, but they might be a true timeshare there, which I'm not super interested in. Joey Decord, I'm still interested in. Philip Gustafson, I'm still interested in. UPL, I'm still interested in. Kochetkov. So there's lots of guys. I think I can wait a little bit longer on goalies, and I feel good about that. But yeah, in the 9th round here, after Linus Ullmark goes Brad Marchand at 9-7, Lucas Raymond 9-8, and Dirty Dan takes Robert Thomas. Here's the same exact emotion when I come to. That's a pretty damn spot on Rob Thomas. Come on, give it to me. I got a YouTube comment. Someone said they were offended. They were massively offended by my Robert Thomas impression. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'll do better. Okay, I'll try better. Maybe who else can I like? We need a player here in the NHL called Chad Kruger. All right. If we do that, then I can really get to biz. I can do that voice pretty damn well. So I'm not going to debut it here today, but I got that in my back pocket. Anyways, Dirty Dan takes Rob Thomas. The Zucchini Man goes to Big Dipper, as he should. All right. You double dip the chip. Next time, just take one dip and end it. Just one dip, Big Dipper. Don't do me like that. Seabass. Kick his ass, Seabass. Yeah. Pavel Buchnevich goes to Seabass, and then Brock Hard is on the turn. 9-10, and he takes Brandon the Bagel Hagel. Love that pick, buddy. Love me some Hagel. He's power play 1 in Tampa, just as I called. All right. Shout out to me. I'm the most modest person there is out there. Most modest podcaster confirmed. That's a joke. If everyone gets that. I don't know. I'm by myself here. I'm talking to a computer screen, for God's sake. And I feel good about that. All right. We need more D. You know I'm going to giggity that. We need more D. So some of the players I'm interested in still, Devin Taves, sure. I don't hate that. But yeah, my ranks are going off the board here. I didn't rank some of these players. But I do like Devin Taves there in Colorado. Who else is there? Thomas Chabot. Lane Hudson is a player I'm definitely interested in late. I'm just going through the defensemen here. Bowen Byram, Owen Power, Shane Gostisbehere. That's definitely a guy I want to pick up, Shane Gostisbehere. But again, now I'm going nuts on Carolina. That'll be the 3rd Carolina player if I can lock him down. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure I exactly want to do that. I'll tell you, folks, the winner of this league right here is going to get a special prize. I have been known to create an Apples and Ginos customized oven mitt. I'm going to come up with something even better for the winner of the league this year. I won this league last year. So, what am I going to do? Get myself a present? Which I did anyway. I bought myself a PS5 game, and then I never get to play it because I don't have time because I got 2 young kids. But that's what I do. Anyways, you know who else is kind of a nice piece? Drew Doughty. I might be looking at taking Drew Doughty, not here, but as a stash, right? Like one of my last picks, get him on the team. And then, he is going to be back, right? Wasn't that an insane tweet the other day? It was like showing, he will be back this season. And, we're all looking at like, we didn't think he wasn't going to be back. What? So it's that bad? Like they're talking about him missing the season. And yeah, that was kind of a stinky injury there. So Kings could be in tough this year. There's some interesting stuff. Like obviously they lost some players there, and now Doughty. What is that defensive environment going to look like? It's a great one normally, but without Doughty, I don't know. Anyways, let's look here. So 10-1, Brock Nelson goes, grumpiest man on earth. He's happy to be on Joel's team, though. I like that. Jake the Snake Sanderson goes to Seabass. Great pick there. Philip Hronik goes to Big Dipper. Mark Scheifele. Hi, Mark. And then Sleazy Z's on the clock. I got to get the biz. And I'm checking out my boys. Nick Ehlers is still there. I would love to get a piece of Nick Ehlers. So that is going to be a player that I'm low-key focused on here. Still got so many pieces. This is excellent. But yeah, my forward group is pretty damn nice. I need some defensemen, and I'm still not liking the value that I see. So we might roll some forwards here again. I'll show you the top of my ranks here. Nikolai Ehlers, his ADP is 130. I've got him ranked as 59. So if I could get him here, which is in 2 picks, I think I'm going to do that. I really trust that Ehlers is going to get power play 1 this year, even though his even strength deployment, not awesome. I feel like I still need that value. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, I've got lots of left wing, right wing. I feel good taking a left wing only here. No problem. And then I think I am going to have to get some center onlys later on. Guys like Matty Beniers, Leo Carlson, maybe. Obviously, those are players that I'm really high on this season. Bo Horvat's still here. Some interesting pieces. I'm just mulling this over. What is my projection for Ehlers? I'm just digging in on my projection here. I got Ehlers for 72 points. Okay, that's spicy. That is a spicy projection for Nick Ehlers. He's never done that before. Obviously, we're relying on the deployment, but I mean, this is pick 118. Thomas Harley goes to Zudo. Nice pick. I am going to roll with Ehlers here, just for fun. All right, so I got Ehlers at 118, and again, to me, that feels like massive value, right? We're getting a power play 1 guy, so we should get those power play points. I definitely got to go defenseman here, though. This is bad. So Chychrun is showing as my top guy. I might roll that way. Let's see what I've got in my projection for Chychrun here. 15 goals, 31 assists, 46 points. That's probably a ceiling projection for Chychrun. But you also get the contingency if John Carlson gets injured. And I do like Chychrun. I just really like the player. I might roll that way. I think Chychrun's the play for me here. My pick is going to be 123. His ADP is 140, so I'm reaching a little there, but he's 116 in my rank. So I am getting a touch of value there on Chychrun if I believe my own rankings, and I do. That's a really nice thing about creating your own rankings is like I did all the work for these drafts in the summertime. So yeah, I went in recently and tweaked my projections, but I know what my process was and I really trust that process. So when it comes to draft day, I just load my ranks into Yahoo and I just draft off that. And that's how come I can even do these live streams is because, or these recordings, because I feel comfortable with my process. So yeah, anyways, I don't know why I went into all that, but I'm basically just talking to myself here in my basement as I do. We're coming up. This could be a beefer episode, folks, and that's fine. Coming up on 52 minutes here. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds left. So what I'll do, I'll put timestamps in this video. So if you want to check out each round, you can do that. No problem. But you should listen to the whole thing anyway. All right. We're just having a super time. We're having a nice time here. So I make my plan, which is Jacob Chychrun, but I still have to look and see what's available. Oh damn. Okay, so there's a bunch of defensemen here on the board that I'm not interested in. Mark Stone goes to Hard Day's Night, buddy. Why are you doing this? Nick Suzuki still out there? Do I dare? He's a great power play performer. You see what I do? I said I was going to take a defenseman, and now I'm looking at Nick Suzuki. Forget that. Just be smart. I'm taking Jacob Chychrun. I'm taking it to the bank. I like that pick. He's a lesser defenseman. To me, that's the first guy that I've picked on this team that isn't going to be power play 1. That is kind of he's on the second unit there. So that's something I usually feel really good about in my drafts. If I look down the list, I'm like, they all have power play 1. Bang. That's a really nice spot to be. Usually I roll with defensemen a little sooner than this, but again, being the draft spot I was in and having a really sharp fantasy room like we have here, I wasn't able to capitalize on those. So I just went heavy on the offense, and I feel good about that too. Anyways, let's take a look at what happened here. Okay, so I'll recap round 10 again. Again, it was Brock Nelson, Jake Sanderson, Philip Hronik went 10-3, Mark Scheifele 10-4, Jonathan Marchessault 10-5. Nice value there. Nazem Kadri, I had him ranked pretty high, and he's a 10-6. That's a great pick for Philly Special. Frank Vetrano goes to 10-7. Devin Taves, Thomas Harley go. I took Nick Ehlers. Alexis Lafreniere goes to 10-11. Nice pick. Bo Horvat and Dylan Genther go to A5. Love Dylan Genther in the 11th round. Bang. This guy's going to have a great season. I'm really excited about Genther. Mark Stone to Hard Day's Night. I took Chychrun. Nick Suzuki goes. Gus Forsling, Letang, and Falk go in the 11th there. Ilya Sorokin, 11-8, goes to Sleazy Z. So he's got Andrei Vasilevsky and Ilya Sorokin. That's a play. That's something to do. I still feel like with these top end tendies, you're going to have a little bit of a harder time dropping them, right? You have Vasilevsky that you got at value, and you got Sorokin who you got at value. But what if they start stinking it up? You're going to be like, am I really dropping Ilya Sorokin? Yeah. I mean, that's the nice thing about picking up a bunch of these like lower end goalies is like, yeah, I'm just going to bounce this guy. No problem. So yeah, I feel good about that. I'm still going to wait on goalies. I still got a bunch of time here. So that's fine. We do that here. 0G draft strategy FTW for the win. Okay. Let's see where are we at with our standings. Creamy Beefers is leading the charge with 0 goalies. This is off of Yahoo projections, everybody. But, it's nice to see. It's a little bit of affirmation that I have been going crazy on my offense. And that's what shows here. So there you go. Get out of my sight. Let's go back over here. Yeah, another D run here in the 11th round. So after Falk and Sorokin go Vince Dunn, Jake Wallman, Gabe Velarde. Nice pick, Seabass. Definitely higher than he goes normally. And it's still a value to me at 131 for Gabe Velarde. I don't understand it. Jake DeBrusk finishes out round 11 there with Brock Hard. And I think he's going to have a great season. 65 points. I got him locked and loaded for that. Dual eligibility. Love me some Jake DeBrusk. Really nice pick. Okay. So coming back, one thing I'm just looking at my bench here. I think I'm going to fill this out with 3 forwards and 1 defenseman because defensemen are not giving me any points, but I do want to have somebody to slot in if need be. So I'm looking at getting 2 more defensemen, 2 more defensemen and 2 goalies and 3 forwards. So that's sort of where I'm at right now. And I want to take a look at the forwards that I'm interested in. Evgeny Malkin's still out there. Bang. I mean, that could be a last round pick for me. I really like that. PLD. I mean, I know we've had some jokes about him. I've got him as my 100th ranked player, but center left wing. I love that. Adam Fantilli still out there. Boone Jenner. Papa Boone. Love it. Papa Booner. He did that. He's popped the Booner before, and he will pop a Booner again. That's how it works, folks. All right. Until you get to a certain age, and then we don't know what happens. All right. Blood flow issues. Why am I left to my own devices here? I need Nate. All right. This man keeps me sane. Okay. I'm tooting around over here. There are some players that I'm interested in. Defenseman Lane Hudson, Brant Clark is out there. Bowen Byram is another player I'm interested in. This is my queue. So I just put some guys that I didn't really rank in terms of my rank over here. But as I said, Goss to spare. Ekblad is still there. I know people are down on Ekblad because it looks like Boakvist might get power play 1 there. That's fine. I still think Ekblad could pop for 40 points, which is not bad, including maybe double-digit goals. These are all some of the players that I'm interested in that are available later on. So let's take a look at some of these. Zegras, again, another great center only. Sean Monahan had a really nice performance there with Columbus the other night. I think he's going to be really motivated this season with the Goudreau stuff. I think he's going to have a great season. I hope he stays healthy. Johnny Huberdeau, again, like center left wing. I love that. Raquel on a strange erotic journey from Milan to Minsk. And he landed in Pittsburgh. All right. That's where you want to be. Shout out to Pittsburgh. But yeah, Anthony Duclair, a piece I like. Taylor Hall, Kent Johnson is in here. Valerie Nichushkin, another stash. I like that. Kirby Doc with Line out. He's power play 1, no question. I actually had a nice little projection for Kirby Doc before Line was signed there. And that stinks too, by the way. Like, what the hell was that guy doing? What was he doing? I hate crap like that. It's just, you take Line has potential star power, right? And just to do that in a preseason game, Arbor Jakai should have, I would have liked to see him pop off even more, just beat the man into oblivion. Anyways, I'm not condoning violence, but maybe on that, man, not too much. I don't know where I'm going with this. You get it. That's fine. Okay. Let's see where we're at. I think we should maybe look at another defenseman here. Where are we in round 13? Okay. You can see the rankings here. Let's take a look at the ADPs. Brent Burns still out there. Brady Shea, interesting piece. I'm not so into it though. Brant Clark and Lane Hudson. Do I dare take Lane Hudson this early? That seems a little bit much to me. But he's looked good. He's looked really freaking good. I don't think so. I don't think I'm into that. I should probably be a little bit safer. I can't go Brent Burns. I can't go high any higher on Carolina. Do I wait? Let's take a look. It's my turn to draft. Who's been Mitchkov, Luke Hughes, Aiden Hill. Okay. All right. Let's take a look in a book. I did this the other night too, and I felt pretty good. So I can 42 seconds. This actually might be a little bit of a panic pick. I'm not really liking what I'm seeing here. 142. Still got some major value on the board, but you know what? This makes sense. I might go Evgeny Malkin here. Yeah, okay. I'm taking Evgeny Malkin. I think that's a strong pick. He's an older guy. I think 60 points, Evgeny Malkin, that's got to be floor. I really do believe in Pittsburgh's power play. I think they're going to improve, and Malkin's going to improve his numbers there. I think, his ceiling still at this age could be 75 points, 80 points, maybe if everything goes really well. And to get that here, I'm feeling pretty damn good. I got to look at defenseman. Yeah, Chushin goes at 143. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not really into that. I think we got to look at players that are going to get some run. Let's see. Who are some of the guys? Who are some of these? I guess there's some beefers out there that aren't terrible, but I don't know. Defense is looking pretty shabby right now. I do like the Brant Clark, Lane Hudson bit that I can get maybe later on. Do I go goalie here? Let's take a look. I mean, we do got Demko. I could do Demko there. Boone Jenner goes at 144. I don't think Demko will be there when it comes back. Maybe I go. Who have I got on my team? I do like me some Kemper still. He's at 102. Sorry, I'm just thinking here, folks. This is great podcasting, but this is a league that I care about, so I want to make sure that I'm doing stuff properly. Hey, Thomas Hurdle goes. I'm just going to make sure there's no one that I'm loving here. PLD, no. I feel like I can get those guys later. All right. Defenseman, let's take a look. 147. 120. No, I'm not doing that. All right, I think I might go goalie here. Let's just lock up a position here. I feel fine about this. I'm looking at Demko, but no. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen or Darcy Kemper. That's sort of my choices. I think I'm going to go with the Kemp man. Boom, done. Darcy Kemper at 147. I took my first goalie. I feel decent about that. It doesn't feel good. I want to keep going offense here, but I'm just not seeing the value in some of these picks. So that's sort of my reasoning for going goalie there. Let's take a look at the 12th round here. I'll go through that. So Jake Neighbors goes at 12-1. Hey, neighbor. Like that. Troy Terry at 12-2. Tyler Toffoli. Jeff Gillooly goes at 12-3. Let's see. Elias Lindholm goes 12-4. Matthias Ekholm, Shane Gostisbehere gets sniped from me at 12-6 by the Philly Special. He's doing that all day. Aiden Hill goes at 12-7. Luke Hughes, Matvei Michkov at 12-9. Really nice value there if we believe what we've seen here in preseason. And I don't see if there's any reason not to. The only thing I'm concerned about is deployment, right? Like, is Torts going to give him the deployment? If he's scoring at this rate, I think that's a really smart move. So I like what I see there from Matvei Michkov, and to get him at 12-9, really solid value. I picked up Malkin. Nichushkin goes after that. Boone Jenner rounds out the 12th. Then Landeskog goes at 13-1. That's a nice stash. I think I want Nichushkin over Landy there. After such a big injury to Landeskog, I feel like, I just think he's going to have his load managed all season long, giggity, and it feels good. But I'm just not in for that headache. Thomas Hurdle goes at 13-2. I took Kemper. Bennington goes at 13-4. Drew Doughty, nice stash there at 13-5. Sam Bennett Dyson, Joseph Wall, and then Sleazy Z is on the clock. I don't hate that. All right, let's take a look. So in terms of rankings, I mean, I feel good about Darcy Kemper. I think he's kind of the top of the tier there. Like, even with LA's defensive environment, I still feel good about Kemper there. This is a guy that has had great metrics underneath the hood. He just had a terrible year in Washington last year, but LA is just not going to forget how to play defense. I still feel pretty damn confident that they're going to be putting up some good defensive metrics. So yeah, I'm happy with that. But yeah, it never feels good to to take a goalie that early for me at 148 or whatever I did. It's not my favorite thing in the world. All right, so let's take a look. Top guys on my rankings are going to be PLD, Adam Fantilli, Matty Beniers. That's still a player I'm very interested in. So I can look at starting to take a few center onlys. I've got 3: Matthews, Zibanejad, and Evgeny Malkin. Actually, I'll just roll my team down here for you. So I got Matthews, Stamkos, Zach Hyman, Jason Robertson, Seth Jarvis, Martin Necas, Miro Heiskanen, Brandon Montour, Jacob Chikrin. Then I've got Zibanejad, Nick Ehlers, Darcy Kemper in goal, and Evgeny Malkin. So I like that. I feel like I'm loading up on offense, and that's what I always am going to try and do, especially in this points format here. I've got great power play players, all but one on power play 1. And Chikrin's a great player at even strength. I still think he's probably going to put up 40 points with potential for double-digit goals. And I'm here for that. And if John Carlson goes down, Chikrin's the man. He's going to run that power play. And, then now we're looking at a 50-point defenseman, 55 potentially. We're over the hour mark here in the draft. And yeah, this has been going pretty good. I like my team. But I also, you can see a lot of these, these players are just good. We're getting sniped all over the place. You can't expect the players that you want are going to be there, when it comes back around. So it is what it is. Let's continue on in the 13th round here. So 13-7, Joseph Wall goes. I like that. Thatcher Demko does go at 13-8. I'm fine to not pick Demko. I was looking at him there, but as my only goalie, this is interesting actually. Sleazy Z, you got an interesting thing going on here. You got Vasilevsky in round 8, you got Sorokin and Thatcher Demko. So those are 2 stashes. That's an interesting strategy, right? I don't know what it's going to look like, but I do know that in this league, goalies are not that valuable, right? So I don't need to stash a goalie here. I'd rather just scour the waiver wire and look for some pieces there. After Demko goes Dylan Cousins, Tom Wilson, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, and Pyotr Kochetkov go to round out the 13th round. And then, now we're getting into fun time here. 14-1 is Brent Burns. Macklin Celebrini goes at 14-2. I think Celebrini's he's being underrated a little bit. I do think there's some a lot of potential, obviously. We've got him for a 60-point projection. I feel good about that. But what if he gets more? What if he just starts popping off? I don't mind that. So Celebrini at 14-2 looks nice to me. Ekblad 14-3, okay. Brant Clark 14-4, Cam Talbot 14-5. So Sleazy Z, he's taking all the G. He's going super G. He's going super Saiyan. He's losing his mind. But Cam Talbot, not a guy I'm interested in at all, even for 0G. I think he was really he was steamed up because of the environment there in LA. And I'm just not too confident there. The environment in Detroit is stinky. And I don't think it's getting much better. All right, so I want to get a defenseman here. I am going to look at some of these players. Lane Hudson's still there. Bo Byram is a player I'm interested in. But, I mean, in terms of ceiling, I'm still looking offense. Hudson might be the play here. Is this too early? 166 for Hudson? I think I don't mind that. We also got Boqvist here, who is getting power play 1. That might be more the play here. Boqvist? Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, this feels a little weird, but I might go Boqvist here because if it truly is a power play 1 situation, we're looking at a 40-point defenseman, maybe more. Oh man, but it doesn't feel good. There's just not look at these defensemen that are still available on the board: Brady Shea, Lozon, Pietrangelo, who I'm not interested in, Thomas Chabot, Caden Gooley, Bowen Byram, Owen Power. Okay, Lane Hudson's way down the line. Do I want to have some fun? Yeah. All right. I'm going to take. I'm talking myself out of it. It just seems really high for Lane Hudson. Who else is on here? PLD. Do I take PLD at 166? I think so. I'm going to do that. I'm going to rock with PLD because give me that dual eligibility and I like the player. Boom. Nate is going to be very proud of me, and I love that. I really feel like there's still more value to be had on these defensemen, right? Because they're not going to be giving me very much. So I'd rather stick to my ranks and players that I know are going to give me some offensive ceiling here. PLD, like I said, I'm not so high on the guy. I'm on PLD to return to a 60-point form. And I think a lot of that comes on power play one deployment. Plus, it's a motivated guy. Like, he hears this stuff too. All this narrative surrounding PLD. Like, I'm sure he hears that and he wants to prove himself. And he's landed in a plum spot to do that, right? As the 2C on Washington with power play one, I think 60 points is in the wheelhouse. I don't get the hate. I mean, maybe he's a dingus. I don't know, but I'm happy to take a ride here, especially with the dual eligibility, especially at 166 where I got him. No problem. All right, but defenseman, come on. I have to be smart here. I got to do this. All right. So I think it's between Owen Power, Bowen Byram, and Lane Hudson. That is not a nice place to be. Damn it. Oh, God. And my other defensemen are Chikrin, Montour, and Heiskanen. Let's go Hudson. I'm having fun. Hudson's on the team. Welcome to the squad, young man. I feel like there's some upside here, and that's obviously what I'm taking with Hudson at 171 overall. I'm banking on some offensive upside, and I feel okay about that. But yeah, I still have 3 more picks, 1 goalie to lock down, and then 2 bench spots. It's going to be 1 goalie and 1 defenseman most likely. 1 forward and 1 defenseman. So left for me to draft 1 goalie, 1 forward, 1 defenseman. We got to see what comes when we get down to it. But let me talk about these draft results. All right. Round 14, I talked about a little bit. 14-1 is Brent Burns, Macklin Celebrini, Aaron Ekblad, Brandt Clark. Pretty high for Brent. I'd rather have Lane Hudson over Brandt Clark at this point. 14-4. Cam Talbot, Adam Fantilli goes, great pick. Darnell Nurse, Quentin Byfield at 14-8 could be a real steal for Draisaitl. Matt Duchene, PLD, I took. Victor Arvidsson goes to Hard Day's Night, and then Trevor Moore to A5. Then he turns around, picks up Igor Sharangovich. Brady Shea goes next. I took Lane Hudson. Jonathan Drouin goes. Arturi Lehkonen goes. Both really nice picks. I like Lehkonen as a stash. And Drouin is like Jared Bednar in Colorado recently said he wants to keep his first line and his third line the same. And his first line is Mikko Rantanen, Nathan McKinnon, and Jonathan Drouin. So until some of these guys return, Drouin's going to get power play one as well. And maybe there's a little bit more in the tank from what he was able to do last year. Like, I think he only had like a 55-point season or whatever it was. Maybe he's like a 60, 65-point player. That could be really exciting. And to get Jonathan Drouin here at 15-4, Zudo, you know what you're doing. I appreciate that. If I didn't have to go D, that's definitely a player I'm looking at. All right. So I might still have one of those defensemen like Owen Power or Bowen Byram as my other defenseman that I might be able to get this time around. I feel like I want to get Matty Beniers. I feel like I can do one more center only because of the 2 utility spots. I think that's fine. But yeah, it might behoove me to pick up a winger here. Let's take a look. Okay. Oh, Blake Coleman goes to 176. That's a nice pick. I was just looking at that. Jeff Skinner still out there. I'm just looking at actual ADP. Jamie Benn, Riley Smith. Andrei Kuzmenko's still out there. That's an interesting piece. He should get power play one there. Like, he brings nothing else to the table. He's an old dancing boy. He just 15 hits, 18 blocks. Potentially that's what's projected for him here on Yahoo. Like, I mean, okay. But, he's a very efficient player. I don't know. I don't think I'm interested there. Let's keep looking. Just taking a look down the thing. Anthony Duclair is a player I'm low-key interested in. I think he has a really nice opportunity there. Power play 1 and line 1 in New York. Ryan Hartman's there as well. And the popsicle, Martin Pospisil, I'd love to pick him up, but that's craziness. I'm not going to do that in a league of killers here. That's more of a fun pick. Johnny Huberto's still out there. I don't mind that. And then you're getting the dual eligibility. I'm only getting one more forward here, folks. So I got to make it a good one. Leo Carlson as well is out there. Like this guy, he's good to go. He played like 20 minutes the other night. I like the deployment of Carlson. It's just, yeah, we're banking on a lot of things to happen there with Carlson. And I'm not sure that it will. But let's look. One thing I like to do while I'm doing my drafts is I head on over to all three zones and put my guys in the blender here and see what pops out. And again, one of the things about, I'm just putting Leo Carlson in here. He's amazing, right? He generates a lot of chances himself. He's really good off the rush. Zone entries, I love that. Rush shot assists in general, chance contributions. This guy's really damn good. I might roll. I might roll with this player. Leo Carlson, over Matty Beniers. No, I can't do that in good conscience. See, I'm just talking myself out of crap here. Let's take a look at the draft. I'm just yammering on. Okay, after Jonathan Drouin goes at 15-4, then it's Lehkonen at 15-5. Lawson Krause goes. Nick Schmaltz at 15-7. Blake Coleman, Claude Giroux, and then a couple defensemen, Pietrangelo and Thomas Chabot. Really nice, fourth pick defenseman for you there, a Big Dipper and Seabass. Michael Bunting, the bunt cake, goes to Brock Hard. Then he turns around, picks up Kirill Marchenko. You got Tyler Bertuzzi goes to Seabass. Ryan O'Reilly goes to Big Dipper, and Dirty Dan is on the board. He takes Big Koozie. Oh, a Pepsi and a banana. He's getting into it, and I love it. Okay, I got to look and see what I'm doing here. I think it might be, I'd like to not go center again. Damn. Let me take a look at these goalies too. Just got to make sure I'm doing my due diligence here. Philip Gustafson is another player that I'm interested in as a 0G, but there's still so many options. Freddie Anderson is still out there. What? Connor Ingram just went to Philly special. That stinks. Oh, man. I got to stop giving up my strategies. All right. This guy's he's just tooting right in my face. Took all my players. Damn. That's fine. Archer Seelovs, Dustin Wolf. I feel like I can, you know what? No, I'm not going goalie here. Not going to do it. It wouldn't be prudent. So I'm not going to do it. Okay. But I need to shape up here. I think Matty Beniers is the play. I got to be smart. I really feel like he's going to bounce back. He's center only, which I'm not loving, but I don't know. I love the player. I think this is a guy that has so much more in the tank. He just secured the bag. I want to put my money where my mouth is on this player. I think I am going to go with Beniers and maybe a defenseman on the way back, either Owen Power or Bowen Byram. So we'll see what's what. Or Boakfist is still there. Jeez. Do I go Boakfist with my last defenseman pick? Okay. I'll deal with that when it comes up. All right, let's see. Jacob Trouba goes at 16-7 to over the shoulder. Boldy holder, Toivo Teravainen goes to Dry Saddle. Nice pick there. I think he should get power play 1. Bedard treatment. Love that. And we'll see what's what. Pavel Zacha goes. All right, so I'm going to get my pick here. I think it's Matty Beniers. I'm going to roll with Matty Beniers. I've been talking this player up. I'm doing it. Matty Beniers at 190 feels like a crime. Has anyone seen that IKEA commercial, like where that lady is leaving the store and she goes, start the car, because she got such a good deal that she felt like she was stealing. And that's what I feel like right now with MB, Matty Beniers. Love that man. He's a finely chiseled specimen, and he's gonna be good on the squad here. The squad name is Creamy Beefers. All right. And we're not changing it unless we lose. And that's not going to happen. So it's probably the name forever. Bowen Byram does go to a Hard Day's Night. So that stinks. So now I'm down to Owen Power and Adam Boakfist. And then I'll take a goalie with my last pick. No problem there. I feel good about this. I feel good about my team. Let's see. But yeah, the defense thing, I definitely got a little bit behind the 8 ball on defense. And it's just a good reminder that in these type of leagues, yeah, you can't really mess around. Okay, so Owen Power or Adam Boakfist. I mean, they're both like 40-point defensemen. Power is good to go. He's going to get a ton of minutes, whereas Boakfist, it's more of the, I think it's more of just the power play deployment and maybe sheltered even strike minutes. You know what? I'm going to go power because I think he's going to get more time on ice, more blocks. I'm going with the power glove. Owen Power. He's so rad. Did anyone have a power glove? I know I've told this story before, but it's my podcast and I can do what I want. But yeah, best Christmas gift I ever got. I don't remember what year it was, probably 1992 or 1993, something like that. My mom had to drive to this place called Richmond. I'm in BC here, Canada. There's a city called Richmond. It was like an hour and 15 minutes drive from where we lived. She drove there to this department store. They had one power glove left. She reserved it and picked it up for me. One of the most epic Christmases of all time. Until you actually plug the power glove in and you start playing it on the Nintendo. And then you're just like, this thing sucks. Like, I thought I was like a legit virtual reality situation here where, I was going to be just in full control of the video game. No, you literally just open your hand up and close it and you throw a ball on the wall. It's just stinks. All right. So, yeah, shout out to the power glove. You know what you should do if you do have a power glove? You just cut the cord off and you just wear the glove. That is good, clean fun. That's what you want to be doing there. Anyways, let's get back into the draft here. Okay, so after I took Beniers, it went Bowen Byram, Ricard Raquel. Then Ivan Barbashev goes 17-1. Jeff Skinner, 17-2. I took Owen Power. Cam York goes after that. Tristan Jarry goes to Draisaitl. Really nice 0G pick. That's his first goalie. I love that. Draisaitl, you've been taught well. That is excellent. Tristan Jarry there. That's a really nice pick. I got no problem with that. Cutter Gauthier goes to over-the-shoulder Boldy holder. I love that pick. This guy had 12 shots the other night. Granted, it's preseason, but that should make you stand up and take notice. Like, Cutter Gauthier could be a big-time shooter. He could get some really good deployment here. He was showing on Power Play 1. I like that. Adam Boakfist goes to Sleazy Z. That's great. Dawson Mercer, I don't want to wait, goes to Dirty Dan. Freddie Anderson goes to Big Dipper. Let's look at your goalies here, Big Dipper. You got Georgiev in the 8th, and you got Freddie Anderson in round 17. Pretty damn nice. Yeah, lots of good 0G stuff here. And I don't even mind, like, I'm not that, like, I'm an advocate for 0G, but there's more than one way to win, right? But, our first goalie went in round 6. That was UC Saros. Then Shesterkin went in round 7. That's fine. That's fine to me. Like, that doesn't bother me one bit. Seabass takes Jack Quinn. Really nice little sleeper pick there. I think he could get Power Play 1. He was taking reps on Power Play 1 the other day, and they put Dylan Cousins on to Power Play 2. So we'll see if that continues. If it does, Jack Quinn is looking pretty sharp. Really nice pick here. Mikhail Granlund goes, and Sean Dursey is at 18-1. Johnny Huberdeau at 18-2. Eli Tolvanen 18-3. Let's see. Dirty Dan is up. So we're basically just looking at sleepers. Who's left? Who's left in my rankings? Dylan Strome is still there. I'm not going there. Bjorkstrand. It's slim pickings here, folks. I think it's just fun time at this point, right? Let's see. What's the schedule look like? I usually have this up, but you know what? I do have it up. Take a look at the schedule. So week 1, I think Buffalo has a really good schedule. New Jersey has a good schedule. Vegas and Winnipeg have a bunch of off nights, so that's fine. Let's take a look. So we got some good 0G options. Stolars, Dustin Wolf, Spencer Knight off the board in the last round here. I'm going to have to get a goalie. And this showing no good. Oh, definitely. I would love to get Philip Gustafson or maybe Joey Decord. That's fine. One of those two, I think I'm happy with. Gustafson goes to Zudo. He just toots right in my face. Buddy, what are you doing? God, this guy's ticking me off. That's fine. You know what? Maybe I'll go Seelovs. Is Seelovs available? I didn't see if he went off. I'm going to take our Archer Seelovs here for fun. All right. He's on my team. Archer Seelovs, that legend at 214. I love the pick. Great draft, everybody. Really nice draft. Let's take a look at the results because we are getting up on time here. It's an hour, 24 minutes. So I'll try and end this here in the next few minutes. But I'm pretty damn stoked on the teams. Let's take a look here. Okay, so I'm going to look here just for fun, just to see if I thought anything was egregious in terms of picks. So first off, I'll give you mine. I was out of the number 3 spot. I took Austin Matthews. Second pick, Zach Hyman. Third pick, Jason Robertson. Went with Miro Heiskanen as my first defenseman. And then I rolled with Stamkos, Zibanejad as two oldies but goodies. Then Seth Jarvis. I got Brandon Montour as my second defenseman. Martin Necas, Nikolai Ehlers, Jacob Chychrun, Malkin. I took Kemper as my first goalie in the 13th. Then I got PLD, Lane Hudson, Matty Beniers, Owen Power, and Archer Sheloves. That was my last one. I got sniped a bunch of times by Zudo. Buddy, why? That's really hurtful. But you know what? You're a legend, and we salute you. But yeah, there was only a couple picks. Maybe the Moritz Seider pick was one I wasn't really on board with. That's at 4-7. But I mean, if I'm looking at the defenseman here, that like over the shoulder Boldy holder definitely went kind of with some beefer stats. It looks like on like he's got Joel Eriksson Ek, Vetrano, Letang, Sam Bennett, Darnell Nurse, Lawson Krause, Trouba. Holy moly. So yeah, over the shoulder Boldy holders definitely leaning into those periffs and hoping to, keep that floor solid. Let me look at some of these other ones here. Let me look at Big Dipper because Big Dipper and I are in that tattoo battle. So we got to see what he did here. So Big Dipper went Jack Hughes at number 10, came back around Philip Forsberg, Cole Caulfield, and then Barkov his next time around. Holy man. Look at these picks. Big Dipper. This is some ridiculous stuff. Barkov, then he goes Travis Konechny, Matty Barzal, Alex Tuck, Georgiev in the 8th. Got the Zucchini Man, Philip Hronik, Jake Wallman, Tyler Toffoli, Tom Wilson, Aaron Ekblad, Alex Pietrangelo, Ryan O'Reilly, Frederick Anderson, and Eli Tolvanen. So Big Dipper, the first half of your draft is fire. That's insane stuff. The last half, you know what? It's like they can all hit. There's no question. But yeah, I'm not so big. Like Aaron Ekblad, I mean, you're getting them all at value. I just don't see what the ceiling is on these players. There's some good floor plays here at the end, like Alex Pietrangelo, Ryan O'Reilly, good floor plays, Tolvanen, floor play, right? So to me, I like taking swings closer to the end of the draft. So I got, guys like PLD, Lane Hudson, Matty Beniers, Owen Power. Like, if Darlene goes down, is it Power or is it Byram who gets to the top power play? I don't know. I would lean Power there. So yeah, I like to take swings as it gets later on. But yeah, I don't see anything here. I'm not seeing anything that's making me question stuff, right? Great job in the first half of this draft. I really like such a strong draft. I'm trying to see some teams that I really like. Probably Hard Day's Night, Nathan McKinnon, Tage Thompson, Sidney Crosby. Really nice start. I mean, damn. Seabass as well. Matt Kachuk, Artemi Panarin, Matt Boldy. Really solid. I love the Boldy pick there. It's a bold pick, and I think you had to do it if you wanted that player, right? Because he's probably going to get sniped. You might have been able to get him at 4-2 when you picked Adam Fox, but who the hell cares? I think you're gonna be loving that. This is good stuff, folks. I really like it. I'm not going to yammer on too much longer, but that was a lot of fun. I'm so excited to be in this league with you units this year. It's going to be fun. This is a league I take very seriously because you're our listeners, and I have to have a good showing at the very least against our listeners. I won this league last year, and I'm looking for the two-peat. Who's going to take me down, folks? All right, you're going to have to stay tuned. I'll definitely be referencing this league throughout the year. But that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really appreciate you. Thanks for tuning into the draft. I'm so stoked for the fantasy hockey season. We're here. I got like 4 more drafts in the next 4 days, and I'm loving it. This is what we worked for, folks. So stick with us this year. We got all our regular content. We're going to be crushing it fantasy as per usual. Thank you for your service. Celebrate your day. Bye for now.